So this is the Bake Oven Knob shelter I came into last night. It was full. It's pretty overgrown. It has a lot of garbage. I put my hammock up down there last night. There's no privy and a water source. There's like a trail over here, but it goes way downhill. One of the other hikers went and found water yesterday, but it's way down a hill. So I got enough water. I'm going to keep on trucking. I'm going to Palmerton, so it's only like 8 miles. It's noon. I was talking with some other hikers. It's going to be getting off the trail today, so I haven't been in a hurry to get started, but anyway, it's time to get going. Going to Palmerton, going to stay there for the night, take a Nero, and hike out of Palmerton tomorrow. So we're, I don't know, maybe a half mile from the shelter. Up until that point, the trail was fairly smooth. And now we're getting into boulders again. It's the problem with Pennsylvania is the terrain. You don't know what's ahead. And you're like, oh, it's not going to be a very long day. It's just this many miles. But then it ends up taking longer because you got to go through this jump. That's just part of it. Took the camera out of the protective case so that way it would thread on the mount again. So I'll be back to hands-free recording. Yeah, there's a blaze on the tree limb, so we're going to have to go up and over this. I'm sure the end of Pennsylvania is not the end of the rocks, but between yesterday and now today, I could go for a couple of days without them. At least they're not wet. And hopefully they're not harboring any venomous snakes. Well, that wasn't too bad. And then we got more. Got AT on the rock over there. I see a rock in a gap down there. It looks like it has a blaze on it. I wonder if the rocks have shifted at some point. That's all these blazes are saying go that way. Or maybe some trail maintainer was like, look, we gotta change this. It's too insane. It seems like they pick the most difficult route and send you over top of it. So they could have just went over that. It wouldn't have been as bad. I can hear it now. Well, it wouldn't be as exciting. You gotta keep it exciting. You gotta keep them on their toes. What gets me is these big old heavy rocks just teeter-totter like a seesaw when you step on them. I'm glad none of the ones on the knife edge did that. So I got up this morning, my clothes were still damp from yesterday's rain shower, and then I wore them around camp for a couple hours before I left, and they had started to dry, but now I'm sweating so much they're soaked again. Whew. The sun's not out and it's cloudy, but it's still warm. Hopefully I get to Palmerton before it rains, or if it rains. Well, the trail's been pretty well since that last boulder field. And my ankle just cannot make up its mind. It feels better, and then I'll step on something and it'll hurt. It doesn't seem as bad as it was, but it's almost like it got better to a point, and that's like the best it's wanting to get. I have to recheck. I don't think there's really much reviews today. As overcast as it is, there may not be any views where there is a view spot. But we had a lot of days with clear views, so I guess we can't complain too much. If the trail will stay like this, we should be able to knock this out. Get in town, get a shower, get some food. I didn't eat anything when I got to camp. It was, by the time I got there, it was getting close to dark. I just get to get my shelter set up. I had to turn my headlamp on to finish putting my hammock up. And then got out of the wet clothes, got dried off. It was getting cold, so I just got into dry clothes and got in my hammock. When I woke up this morning, I didn't really want anything either, which is kind of strange. I'm thinking to be hungry. I ate some trail mix at the restaurant yesterday. I think I had a granola bar yesterday morning. So that's probably less than 400 calories for yesterday. Oh, but then I had the Mountain Dew and Gatorade and Arizona. I mean, that counts for something. But either way, I probably burned like 7,000 and I only ate or consumed 400 or 500. And I'm not really hungry. Strange. But maybe I'll get into town and get a shower and get on some dry clothes. Can find a burger or something. That'll make me hungry, hopefully. Oh, ankle pain. Man. Other than being a little rocky, I can work with that. It'll be like yesterday. Just 1 mile left to the shelter, and 3/4 of it boulders. Wet boulders. Blue Mountain Eagle Club welcomes you. Alright. Well, there's this whole little view for the day. Not too overcast. Oh. AWOL didn't say anything about a power line. The next marker indicator it said anything about a road. But oh well, it's here. Somebody cut down the blaze. I would yell at him for laying down on the job, but it's not his fault. Probably the power line company. Alright. More rocks. So I stopped here at the radio tower. I'm about 5 miles from Palmerton. And I was going to go over a couple things real quick on the pack. How it's holding up. Now I had used this pack for a little while previous to the AT, but got where my shoulder straps run across. There's burned holes through the hip belt pockets. hydration bladder, burned holes through the back. And then this morning, this cinch buckle here is twisted kind of like that, and it's causing the hip belt to loosen. And you know, once your hip belt starts loosening, it puts the weight on your shoulders. So I may have to reevaluate a different pack style. I mean, I'll go with an Osprey, but I might have to get something different. I don't know where the nearest outfitter would be, so so far that's the only gear problems I've had, and other than the hip belt thing, it's fairly minor. So far that's southbound. This is north. The trail's been fairly good going since we left the break place there at the radio tower. It's not steep, I just don't got the gas to get up in. I think this is the only climb, and then it's going to be a gradual and then a steep downhill into town. And I checked with somebody that's already in town. They said they didn't think there's any more boulders, which is good because I don't feel like dealing with boulders anymore today. They're alright in small increments, but it's been a bit much lately. I've been walking along this ridge here for a minute. I knew there was a view over there, you could see it, but everything was just so overgrown. That's southbound. Here's a little glimpse of what's over there. I'll keep going north. There we go. There won't be a view here in a couple more years. Kind of walking out exposed. The sun's getting warm. There we go. Not too bad. Well, the terrain's been good for a while. Pretty much since that view was recorded. My hip belt, that buckle keeps twisting. So it keeps putting all the weight of my pack on my shoulders. It's really getting annoying. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'm probably going to stop at the shelter and mix up a lemonade, take a short pack off break, let my shoulders rest, and my feet and legs get all stiff again. There's a second radio tower. And then we'll push on into Palmerton. It's almost 4 o'clock. I think the shelter is like 2 miles from Palmerton. So we should get there 5:30ish. North Trail, scenic route. That's what I don't get. It's a scenic route. The AT is supposed to be the scenic trail. So why isn't that the scenic, the AT? Instead of the AT just going through the woods. Oh well. Alright, so we just passed the second tower access road. Almost to the shelter. Got stove up legs and feet just from sitting on that rock for 10 minutes. I got a shuttle lined up. I want to get to town, or to the road so I can get to town. So this day is almost over. The terrain has been nice, but it's been, I don't know. My hip belt keeps slipping loose. And it makes for a miserable pack carry. You got 35, 40 pounds just hanging on your shoulders. I don't know if there's an outfitter anywhere around Palmerton or not. I feel like I'm 85 years old when I stop for a minute and then have to get back started. And once the muscles get warmed back up, you start making trail time again. It's nice to take a break, but it's almost dang rocks. Let go of my trekking pole. You almost don't want to take a break. Oh. I will. Unless I see something spectacular, I'm probably not going to record anything else today. We'll get into town, get a shower, cleaned up, go find some food, something cold to drink, and enjoy the afternoon. Well, we didn't go far, and I wouldn't say that's spectacular, but that's a nice view, so I thought it worthwhile. Making another one right up here. I think it's going to be all downhill from here. And then when we leave Palmerton, it'll be like it's all uphill from here. Yeah, there's too many trees. I think that's the only view we're getting.